Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
Okay, we are talking about fats and fatty hormones. We spent a couple of days now talking about the ketogenic diet. I want to say a couple of things to clear up a little bit of confusion that seems to be out there, and it's understandable because it is kind of confusing. It's a sort of a confusing subject, ketones and fats, fat metabolism. Basically, ketogenesis, the manufacturing of ketones, is a way of changing how the body produces energy from food. For most of us, because we get so many carbs in our diets, sugar-burning chemistry becomes upregulated. The body becomes a sugar burner. We become sugar burners. And the body, which is always intelligent and always adapting to its environment, internal environment as well as external environment, the body learns to primarily derive energy from sugar. And this starts at birth. It starts from breast milk, really, which is very high in sugar. There are two ways that the body handles sugar, and using it for energy is just one of those ways. The other way that the body handles sugar is to store it away, somewhat partially for future use and partially as a protective mechanism, because sugar has a powerful explosive nature. Sugar burns hot. Sugar burns biological heat, or biological burning, is called glycation. In fact, glycation is such a significant factor when it comes to the generation of disease and illness and aging that doctors will actually test for it by measuring how much of our hemoglobin is glycating. Hemoglobin is a blood protein. That's called the hemoglobin A1C test. It's a measurement of how fast or how much our hemoglobin is burning in response to sugar. Or glycating. Glycating is sugar, or is burning, I'm sorry. Glycating is burning. The big problem is as we ingest more and more sugar, eventually the chemical processing systems for sugar become overwhelmed. And then sugar is not handled correctly. And then in addition to storing lots of the sugar away, because we're eating so much of it, it starts to build up in the blood where it can damage blood vessels and joints and tissues, and even bone and collagen can become glycated, can become damaged. The excess sugar that isn't being handled correctly because the processing systems are so overwhelmed basically glycates our body. It creates glycated proteins. It creates burnt proteins. These burnt proteins are not unlike the burnt proteins that are in your frying pan when you fry up a hamburger or veggies. In fact, glycation is a browning effect. Scientists call these browning little chunks in the body AGEs, and that stands for Advanced Glycated End Products. But cleverly, they call it AGEs, because they're responsible for aging. They're one of the major causes of aging. And they're one of the major causes of all the yucky symptoms of diabetes, or yucky signs of diabetes, including blindness and amputation and heart disease. So over time, as we ingest more and more carbs, AGEs build up. Advanced glycated end products build up. Body structures become damaged. We become less effective sugar burners. Body fat increases. Heart disease and blindness and amputation and kidney problems and fatigue and osteoporosis and Alzheimer's disease. Pretty much, if you have a degenerative health issue, you probably have some kind of glycation, sugar buildup problem with your sugar processing going on. Our sugar-burning chemistry poops out. It gives up. That's called insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. But if we eliminate, or at least dramatically reduce, our carb intake, and at the same time increase our fat intake, the body will shift over from sugar-burning chemistry to fat-burning chemistry. The body's intelligent. It's adapting. If we start to wean off of the carbs, the sugars, and wean into fats, eventually the body's going to become a fat burner, as to the degree that we are ingesting fats over sugar. And because fat contains twice as much energy as sugar, the body can be fueled more effectively with less food. Carbs have about 4 calories per gram, roughly, and fats have 9 calories per gram, more than twice the energy. And when fat is burnt, it produces something called ketones. And ketones can be thought of as a super fuel, especially for the heart and for the brain. And that makes ketones or ketogenesis really important for neurology, for brain health issues, for Parkinson's disease, for Alzheimer's disease. It makes it really important for cardiovascular disease. And because we're not ingesting as much sugar, insulin levels drop, and then the body will become more sensitive to the effect of sugar processing, reversing insulin resistance, reversing diabetes. That's how you reverse diabetes. You make the body more sensitive to sugar. And any boneheaded medical professional, I hear all the time, says you can't do it, doesn't understand how chemistry works. You reverse diabetes by making the body more sensitive to insulin. And one of the best ways to do that is start to get more of your calories from fat. And this is why the ketogenic diet is so important for diabetics. One of the best strategies, eating strategies a diabetic could ever employ. So the body becomes more sensitive to the effect of sugar processing insulin, which is also, by the way, responsible for helping cells assimilate other nutrients. So not only does the body become more sensitive to the effects of insulin helping sugar, but the body becomes more sensitive to insulin helping cell nutrition, including the all-important amino acids. And the symptoms of type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance diabetes, that's what type 2 diabetes is, can begin to improve, and this makes this ketogenic diet, this ketogenic eating strategy, a key strategy for reversing the symptoms of diabetes. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be back right after this.
Serious investors and traders want to make 81% return in 60 seconds? Use the same secret algorithm professional hedge fund managers use to make billions of dollars of profits. Turn $250 into $4,903 in just 7 clicks of a mouse. Our tool is so simple that my 82-year-old grandmother can use it to make insane stock market profits. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. Watch the free video before the hedge funds make us take it down. Go to BigBuckRiches.com. From the Robert Allen System, current returns not indicative of future results.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your Longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Okay, so diabetes, neurological issues, brain health issues, Bell's palsy, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, certainly. These are all times that you want to at least think about the ketogenic diet. Diabetes for certain. And diabetes, by the way, is a process. It's not a verb. All disease really are processes. We get hung up on, I have this and I have that, because of this diagnostic model that needs us to have diseases so it can treat us, so it can plug us into the computer, so it can code us. But really, diabetes, like all diseases, is a process. It's a verb. It's a happening. It's not something that happens. depend. That's so important because that implies that we can reverse it. You can't reverse something that already happened, but if something is a verb, it's a process, it's reversible. And diabetes is in large measure modified or controlled by how we eat. So by changing eating behaviors, changing the way we eat, changing our diet, using the ketogenic diet, we can do dramatic things to our diabetic symptoms. Now, if you had a gallbladder missing, or you have liver problems, or you have intestinal problems, or fat malabsorption issues, you got to be careful if you're going to start to bump up your fat intake. The ketogenic diet is like 80 to 90% fat. It's a lot of fat for somebody who doesn't have a gallbladder. So if you start the ketogenic diet and you experience bloating, or cramping, or diarrhea, or loose stools, you might want to back down a little bit on the fats. And make sure you're using things like probiotics, the Biolumin Nightly Essence, your fermented veggies. Veggies in general are important. Grind them up, make soups, make juices to improve their digestibility. Maybe use a little bentonite clay if you have some loose stools. Use pancreatic enzymes, use your ultimate enzymes. You could take extra bile salts, maybe lecithin, choline. The amino acids taurine and glycine, which are components of bile, can be helpful. So if you have any kind of problems, digestive problems, bloating or discomfort or diarrhea when you start your ketogenic diet, be wise about it. Back down on the fats a little bit and start focusing on fat absorption strategies. And keep in mind, even in the ketogenic diet, which is 80 to 90% fat, you're going to need some carbs. But those carbs should come from veggies, which will get you nutrients, lots of nutrients, as well as fiber. Small amounts of fruits, perhaps. Fruits, I beat up on fruits a lot. But fruits do have some nutritional value, of course, mostly in the peel and mostly in the smaller fruits because they have more peel than pulp. The pulp is where the sugar is. I call this the peel to pulp ratio. You want smaller fruits which have a higher peel to pulp ratio. Berries, cherries, maybe some grapes. And here's another thing for you. If you take your fruits and stick them in the freezer, they become like candy. You can suck on a cherry that's been in the freezer like it's a candy. You can actually even buy organic frozen fruit and then pop one in your mouth like a lifesaver. Fruits are good in terms of their nutritional value, but you got to be careful with them because they got so much sugar, especially today. Modern fruits have been bred to be super high in sugar. It's the quantity of fruit that we eat, and that's the problem. Reduce the dose. You don't need a whole banana. Have a third of a banana. Have a quarter of a banana. We don't need a whole apple. Have a half an apple. Have a third of an apple. Break up a melon into small chunks and freeze them. And make little candies out of them. Little watermelon candies, frozen watermelon. Delicious. Instead of a bowl of cherries, have one cherry or two or three. Veggies you can go crazy on. Fruits you got to be careful. And fruit juice you got to be really careful of. In fact, it's probably best to avoid fruit juices unless you're making your own in a Vitamix and you get the fiber and they'll be fresh. But even then, dilute your fruit or your fruit juice. Sip on your fruit juice. If you still have digestive problems when you start the ketogenic diet, this is where fasting comes in. Yesterday we had a caller who wanted to know about the difference between fasting and ketogenesis, or the ketogenic diet. The mechanism of the ketogenic diet is it upregulates our fat-burning chemistry. The fat that's ingested tells the body to become a fat burner. Body's intelligent. The intelligence of the body, the adaptability of the body, when we start to eat fat, allows it to, or directs it to become a fat burner, to upregulate fat-burning chemistry, and that's where you get the release of ketones, which are these energy powerhouses. The mechanism of fasting is by not eating, the body is forced to burn fat. In other words, the ketogenic diet burns food fat, ingested fat. Fasting burns stored fat. Both produce the same kind of metabolic environment that leads to ketones, leads to ketone production. But the ketogenic diet burns the fat you eat. Fasting burns the fat on our butts. In fact, the ketogenic diet was actually developed so patients could leverage the chemistry of fasting without actually having to fast, because people were reluctant to fast. People are reluctant to not eat. They shouldn't be, because you actually feel better when you don't eat because of this ketogenesis. But doctors saw that ketones were produced, the ketones that were produced when we fasted could be duplicated by the ketogenic diet. Both are important health strategies. Fasting provides you the wonderful added benefits of giving your digestive system a break. Giving your digestive chemistry a break, allowing the body to direct its energy, its resources to healing, to growth, to repair, to fighting cancer, to fighting diseases, to anti-aging. It allows the body to allocate nutrients to all the good stuff rather than digestion. Would you rather anti-age or would you rather digest your food? Eventually you're going to have to eat, of course. But intermittent fasting gives the body 1 day a week or 1 day a month or whatever it is, 2 days a month, where it can allocate all of the nutrients not to digesting food, but to anti-aging. So eventually you're going to have to eat, and then when you eat ketogenically. And eat moderately, low cal, as little calories as you need. Eat as little as you need. Most of us eat way too much. Next time you want to eat, check in with your stomach, check in with your brain, and see where you're eating from. This is the best way to lose weight. I lost 50 pounds a couple of years ago doing this. And periodically, as my weight goes up, if I decide I want to lose 10 pounds, all I do is check in with my stomach. And I notice the vast majority of times that I want to eat, it's eating from my brain. Not even from my brain. It's eating from this little tiny patch of flavor sensing cells on my tongue. Taste buds. We eat from our taste buds. It's not what we're supposed to eat from. We're supposed to eat from our stomach. If you eat from our stomach, if you notice how you feel in your stomach, you're going to find you're eating a lot less food. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away. I want to say one more thing. We'll talk a little bit more about the ketogenic diet tomorrow. We'll talk about the history of it, and then we'll get into some practical aspects of the ketogenic diet. If you do want to experiment with it, and I suggest everybody at least tries it, especially if you're dealing with some kind of chronic degenerative issue, start slowly. It takes a little bit of time for the liver to build up enzymes that are responsible for absorbing fats. Start slowly, and always keep your calories, your total intake of calories down. And this is where eating behavior comes in. As I was saying before we went to the break, check in with your stomach. When you feel like eating, and even if you don't want to change the way you eat, just notice. You could go ahead and don't do anything to change the way you eat. You could eat all that cherry pie and pizza and whatever the heck it is you want to eat, but just notice. You'll be fascinated. Be curious. Be interested in how we eat from our tongue and our brain rather than our stomach. So just check in with your stomach when you think you're hungry, and notice that sometimes, the vast majority of times I should say, it's not the stomach that's hungry, it's the taste buds. In fact, if you could pretend that you burnt your tongue, if you have a good imagination, just pretend like your tongue is completely burnt. How hungry are you after you do that? If you notice that you're not at all hungry after you pretended that your tongue is burnt, you didn't need to eat. If you're still really hungry, go ahead and eat. But if you can pretend that your tongue is burnt and it completely takes your appetite away, chances are you don't need to eat. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Time to hit the phones. Let's go to John in Texas. What's up, man? Welcome to the Bright Side.
Hi, this is Don. Well,
Don. I'm sorry. Don. What's going on, Don?
Okay, I'm having some issues with my back. Been diagnosed with degenerative disc. Okay. And, had several injuries.
Okay.
And in these injuries that I've had is the cervical, the thoracic, and the L4-5 are the ones that are... Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. That only matters to your doctor or your chiropractor. To heal it, it doesn't matter whether it's the L3 or L4, or T3 or T4, whatever it is. It just matters your body's falling, your joints are dissolving, basically. So here's what you got. Okay, so here's what we got to do. First of all, you got to get the inflammation down. All right, that's the first step. Fastest way to get the inflammation down is to do a combination of caloric restriction, because calories are pro-inflammatory. So restricting the amount of calories that you get. You can go on to the ketogenic diet if you want. That's a great way to do it. But keeping your calories down, only eating when you have to, and sticking to foods that don't stimulate inflammation. Sugar is very pro-inflammatory, and so are trans and processed fats. So keeping your intake of any pro-inflammatory foods down is job number one. Supporting digestive health is also important, because if you're going to start using nutrients, I'm going to tell you how to use nutrients here in a sec, but if you're going to start using nutrients to help build up that connective tissue, you got to make sure you're absorbing them. It doesn't do any good to take them if you're not absorbing them. So use your ultimate enzymes after meals. You can take them with meals. They'll also have a little anti-inflammatory effect on their own. Make sure you're on the Biolumin Nightly Essence and probiotics and fermented foods. You want to do those generously. Maybe use veggie juices as a source of nutrition and as a source of calories, as long as you don't have an allergic reaction or an intolerance. Some people do to veggies, so you have to be careful a little bit that way. Make sure you're using good fats, particularly your ultimate EFAs, which are anti-inflammatory. They control the inflammatory system. The inflammatory system is controlled by essential fatty acids. So you got to make sure you're getting enough ultimate EFAs. Of course, your glucogel caps contain raw materials for building connective tissue and cartilage. I would also be taking some extra high hyaluronic acid. I'll spell that for you. HYALURONIC, high hyaluronic acid. You can get that at a health food store. High hyaluronic acid. You want to make sure that you're using your bone soup and make it homemade, not chicken soup, but homemade bones, not at Campbell's, but homemade chicken soup with the cartilage from the bones. It's amazingly important for cartilage. In fact, you can actually buy cartilage, straight cartilage. That can also help you. The glucogel caps contain gelatin, which is collagen, and that'll help too. Make sure you're using enough protein. I like whey protein. Egg protein is also good, but again, you have to make sure that you don't have any food intolerances associated with that protein. Protein can cause reactions, and you don't want that to happen because that'll mess up the joints. Then you want to make sure you're using your vitamin C in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, as well as extra vitamin C, maybe a couple thousand milligrams of vitamin C a day. Take your vitamin C with your glucogel and with your cartilage, because vitamin C turns on the production of connective tissue. And if you're using cartilage and collagen supplements, you want to make sure you have enough vitamin C to activate the production of your own collagen. Healthy Start Pack, that goes without saying. And if you want a couple more things, I would be doing the Fucoid Z, which can help improve the delivery of nutrients via the blood. And also, perhaps, if you want to add one more thing, some extra magnesium and extra calcium. Magnesium, maybe 2,000 milligrams a day of magnesium, has a nice relaxing and anti-inflammatory effect, and calcium can help you build bone and build connective tissue, maybe 1,000 milligrams or so of calcium. You'll get that in the Osteo FX. Let's see if there's anything else. Pineapple and papaya also has some nice enzymatic properties that can help you they can help you in terms of anti-inflammation and also in terms of digesting your proteins. Anything else you want to add? We were going to ask me something?
No, that's basically it.
Good deal.
I didn't get the second one. You said that there was two alternatives, the last two alternatives. The first one was what? How do you spell that again?
High hyaluronic acid, that one? Which one?
No.
The two extra ones? Calcium, magnesium? I know, I told you a whole bunch of stuff. You have to listen, but go back to the archives and listen. I told you tons of stuff there, man. Okay, buddy. Thank you so much. Appreciate your call. God bless you. Good luck. Let's see. Marlene, what's going on? Marlene in Minnesota. Welcome to the bright side.
Yes. Thank you, Pharmacist Ben. I want to thank you for last September in your personal attention. When you say include your phone number, I'm just amazed that you actually do call. You help with our daughter was having a severe reaction, couldn't even keep water down, and you called, and I just really appreciated that.
Thank you. How's she doing?
She's doing it. It got much worse. You warned me that it would be hard to find someone that would treat her properly, but she is on a very restricted diet now, and she is doing much better.
God bless you. Good luck. I'm glad that.
And I also want to appreciate you for telling us to just use the information that we have. At Christmas time, I had a cold, and then it developed evidently an infection in my gum, in my mouth, and I did not want to go to the doctor and get an antibiotic. So I had heard that tea tree oil was good for pulling out infection, and so I just kept using that in my mouth, and I don't think it worked as fast as maybe an antibiotic would have. But
you didn't need the antibiotic.
I didn't need an antibiotic.
Well, good for you, Marlene. You treated yourself. You're your own doctor.
And
that's awesome.
Yes, and I thank you. Actually, right now, my husband has developed an itch and a rash on his back and a little bit on his leg. I was wondering if a hydrocortisone anti-itch cream, is that good? I have to admit, I use tea tree and coconut oil on him last night, but
Okay.
I do have hydrocortisone cream, and I wondered if that
Well, here's the deal. Hydrocortisone is an anti-inflammatory and it suppresses the immune system. But you have an immune problem if hydrocortisone is going to work. So why not check on what's getting into his system? Skin problems, rashes, dermatitis, itching, those always mean something has gotten into the blood and the skin is responding. Occasionally it's a topical issue, but for the most part it's a blood issue, and that means food, Marlene. You want to?
I didn't let him eat.
If you, why don't you do this, Marlene, real quick? I gotta go. All right, we are back on the bright side. Going to go real fast here. Got a bunch of calls. Marlene, real quickly here. Finish. Were you going to finish something up? I wanted to say something. I want to finish up here, but I want to make sure you're complete. Anything else you want to add here?
For homocysteine,
Yeah.
at what point is it toxic? I've heard everywhere from...
There's no way to know the numbers. Don't worry about the numbers. Just make sure you're getting enough B vitamins. That's your secret to homocysteine. Make sure you're getting enough Bs.
From 14 down to 12.
That's awesome, but you still, those are just numbers that are based on generic statistics, actuarial values. Nobody really knows. That's a little bit high, but make sure you're getting enough B vitamins. Keep doing your Beyond Tangy Tangerine throughout the day. I want to just tell you one thing about itching and rashes so everybody understands this. Always think digestion when there's problems with itching and rashes. This is a classic sign of something getting into the blood through the digestive system, a food allergen. If you fast or have your husband fast for a day and the symptoms improve and then start eating again and the symptoms flare up, you'll be able to relate a specific food to the condition. And I got to go. I got a bunch of calls here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you. I do this program, you guys, because I just want to make a difference. So that's why I call people, is because I want to talk to you. I want to make a difference in your lives. That's why I do this radio program. I don't need to sit here every day and do a radio program. The reason I do it is because I happen to know something about the body that most people don't know. And how am I going to keep it to myself? Keep it a secret? Of course I have to connect with people. So please don't be surprised if I call you. And I don't answer all the emails, but if you have an issue, please send an email to ben@ksco.com. I do get hundreds of emails, and it's difficult to respond to everybody, but I will try to respond to as many people as I can. And please put your phone number in there so I don't have to type out a long answer, and I can just call you and we can get to solve your problems quickly. All right, RC in Monterey. Welcome to the bright side. What's up, my friend?
Hey, Ben. Good morning.
Good morning.
My aunt was diagnosed with congestive heart failure yesterday. She's swelling of the feet and wheezing.
How old is she?
She'll be 91 in September.
Oh, God bless her. God bless her.
This is the same aunt that you helped me heal many times in the past.
Okay.
The doctor wanted her to. She's been taking the BCT since November, and her cognition and everything. I talked to you about it.
What did he say?
The doctor wants her to cut back on her liquid intake, her salt.
He's, how am I going to counteract the stupidity of the medical model? See, here, she's 91. We got to cut her some slack here. We're not going to put her on a whole nutritional protocol at the age of 91. She needs to get her basic nutrients, the Healthy Start Pack. If you can get her to do bone soup, everybody loves chicken soup. Have her do the bone soup, the Healthy Start Pack. Make her vegetable juices, and then give her lots of love. I wouldn't be messing around. She's 91, I wouldn't be messing around with the whole nutritional protocol. But she does need her basic nutrients. The Healthy Start Pack, the Ultimate EFAs, the B vitamins, and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, chicken soup, and also vegetable juices. For her to cut her fluid intake is one of the dumbest things anybody could ever tell her. Of course, she's not processing fluids correctly, and that's an issue, so she has to be careful that way, but she needs fluid. She's going to go into dehydration, this is craziness. If you can get her to walk, move her body around, that might be helpful for her, but you don't want to, you're not going to put her on an entire nutritional supplement protocol. Healthy Start Pack, bone soup, vegetable juices, have her move her body around, give her lots of love. If you can get her some massage kind of things. She's probably in the hospital, right?
No, she's in a real small, really nice facility, 4 or 5.
Find a massage therapist for her. Give her some loving. Give her body some loving. Find a massage therapist for her.
She said they had her on 8 glasses of water. They're cutting her down to 3 or 4, and so she told me she's going to stop taking the BTT for a couple of weeks because of the water reduction. And I wanted to say, no, don't stop the BTT.
You know what, RC? When somebody's 91 years old, you're not going to be telling them too much. So You got to do what you can do. All right, God bless you, my friend. I got to motivate.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Take care, bro. All right, Mike in Los Angeles. What's going on? How you doing, brother?
Hi, Ben. I want to ask you a couple questions. You know, with the 2.0, with the osteo and the tangy tangerine and all that?
Yes, sir.
What is the best thing? Because I see on the line there it says don't do nuts, beans, legumes. It is like hemp protein powder and avocados, okay, and oranges.
You're just going to have to. You're going to have to see how you do. Avocados are pretty neutral. Nobody has a problem with avocados. I've never heard.
As far as absorbing the minerals when you take the powder.
No. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, avocados won't be a problem.
What about
what you want to watch out for is something called phytates that are found in grains and legumes. Phytates, by the way, have some tremendous nutritional value. It's not like they're toxins, although some people have a problem.
The protein powders or the hemp seed powders? Are they okay to take with it?
Protein powder doesn't have that. The seeds do.
No. I mean, I can take the tangy tangerine with the protein powder.
Yes.
Okay. Another thing I wanted to ask you is I have a mesh from a hernia, and a mouth guard.
Say that again, Mike. Say that slowly.
I have a mesh in my body from a
mesh
hernia,
in your body. Got it.
And a hard mouth guard, you wear for grinding.
Got it.
And that's like plastic or something. What is there nutrients you can take, so that you don't get, you hear about all the plastics disturbing your hormones and stuff?
I wouldn't worry about it too much, but if you were really concerned about it, make sure you're using your fatty vitamins. Yeah. Vitamins A and E in particular have anti-estrogenic properties. Make sure you're using your ultimate EFAs, which can also balance out the hormones, and then also maybe a little bit of progesterone cream. You can get that from Longevity, or you can also go to a compounding pharmacist and have him make you some progesterone cream. And then bentonite clay can have a nice chelating effect. Same with selenium. Selenium has got some nice estrogen balancing effects too. So make sure you're using a little bit of the ultimate selenium, maybe 200 or 300 micrograms a day.
And my question to you is, when you mentioned to that other person the hyaluronic acid, I've seen places where they say that they get it real small, the molecular
nanophilized.
How do you figure out what's hyaluronic?
You want to look for the molecular weight, and you want a small molecular weight, like in the 10th. The molecular weight is measured in something called Daltons, Daltons. And if you could find the molecular weight, it'll either say low molecular weight or it'll be something like 10,000 Daltons versus 100,000 Daltons. Okay. So it's a smaller number on the Daltons if you can find those numbers. But look for something that says low molecular weight.
Okay, so when you tell people to sip, tangy tangerine and all, during the day, if you're doing vegetables and eating stuff, they will bind the minerals in there, right, with osteoflex and stuff?
Not necessarily. A little bit, perhaps, but not in a significant factor. And you're getting minerals in the veggies too, so you'll get minerals there as well.
Thank you for your advice.
Sure. Thank you, Mike. Take care, buddy.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Let's go to David in Texas, man. What's going on? Welcome to the bright side, David. David? Do we lose David? David? All right. Let's go. Oh, there you are. What's going on, David?
Yeah. Oh, not a whole lot, Dan.
How you doing, man? We got about a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, anyway, I just want to get right to the point, Dan. First off, I have been on the ketogenic diet. I want to thank you. I've lost 20 pounds, actually.
No kidding.
On this day.
No kidding. That's awesome. Totally. Where'd you hear about it? Did you hear about it from us?
Yeah. No, I listen every day, Dan. You cured me from my Graves' disease.
Oh, you're that David. Oh, hey, David.
Yeah.
Good deal.
You've done me a world of good. And
all right.
So now I'm trying to build my muscle. The question I have right now is I've been trying to take a glutathione supplement, and I understand it's kind of hard to absorb the glutathione, and the best way to take it through IV. So I've been referred to getting some NAC.
Yes.
I want to get your opinion about the NAC versus
one of my all-time favorite supplements. NAC is one of my all-time favorite supplements. It's good for so many different things. I can't even tell you. It's just amazing stuff. Take it with your selenium and take it with protein, and you'll build your own glutathione. Glutathione is a tripeptide. One of the components is cysteine. One of the components is glutamine, which is another ridiculously important amino acid. And that's why glutamine powder is so helpful. So between the cysteine and glutamine and another amino acid called glycine, you could build your own glutathione. And that's pretty much the way you want to do it, because as you pointed out accurately, glutathione is broken up in the digestive tract. So you're not going to be able to... glutathione supplements aren't going to help you. Although now they have special ones that go through the stomach that are protected a little bit. But personally, I believe in building your own glutathione. And by the way, whey protein contains glutathione in addition to containing glutamine. So take cysteine, selenium, and whey protein and and glutamine, and you'll build your own and you'll be able to build your own glutathione. And MSM sulfur helps too, by the way. I'm going to get one more call.
The muscle to replace all my fat that I've lost. So,
go out.
Everything you say every day kind of follows along exactly how I'm at, where I'm at.
Good deal, man. God bless you, David. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day, brother.
Thank you.
Oh, man. I was going to try to get one more call in, but there's the music. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to The Bright Side. Please check out my skin health products at truthtreatments.com, especially our retinol 5% gel and our Truth Serum and Truth Balm. And I'd love to have you on the Brightside Ben team if you want to start a business or if you just want to get your products at the wholesale price. Call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 or head to Critical Health News, pharmacistben.com, brightsideben.com, or benfuchsarchives.com. You can buy products right off the websites, and you can also check out our blog and our archive pages. Thank you so much for listening to The Bright Side. Have yourselves a wonderful, awesome, beautiful, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Looking for that edge during those intimate moments? We see many ads for enhancement, but the side effects include death. At GCN Team, we should change the Healthy Body, Brain, and Heart Pack to the Healthy Libido Pack. The brain and heart are not the only organs that require a healthy vascular system. For proper blood flow at the right moment, go to GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203.
It's no secret that pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, molds, and fungus can inflict severe damage in the human body. Fortunately, a new and vastly improved silver solution has been developed. Supernatural Silver is a revolutionary broad-spectrum antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal solution that can be used inside the body as well as on the skin. Supernatural Silver is unique and superior to colloidal and ionic silvers, using a patented technology that is highly effective against colds, flus, infections, food poisoning, and yeast, in addition to many other pathogens. Supernatural Silver is scientifically supported, extremely safe, and is the #1 choice of thousands of people for immune system support. Find out how Supernatural Silver could change your life. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HEALTHY for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com. And like us on Facebook.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest priced filtration systems in every size. For incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency, get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com. Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Sling bow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of sling bow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Many Americans suffer from poor digestion, which can adversely affect their health.
For you guys who have digestive issues, glutathione is amazingly important for inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, stomach cancer. The glands of the stomach produce lots of glutathione. So glutathione's got multiple roles to play, and one of the best ways to upregulate, to make more glutathione, is to take the building blocks, glycine being one of the most important of the building blocks for making glutathione. Your ultimate enzymes contain something called trimethylglycine. We know it as betaine. We talk about betaine as an important ingredient for acidification, for keeping the pH of the stomach nice and low. But betaine can also help you make glutathione.
Help your body build glutathione. Order Ultimate Enzymes by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470, or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Don't know what's in your drinking water? Better get a Pro Pure. With the Pro 1 G2.0 all-in-one filter, remove over 200 contaminants, including fluoride and lead. Taste water the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. See the complete line of Pro Pure water filtration products. There's a Pro Pure system for you. Visit your authorized Pro Pure dealer for details on our current free shipping special, or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com.
Hey, I rode the elevator with you, but I don't work on the upper floors. I just want to squeeze in there right next to you, so the RFID scanner in my pocket can capture all your personal information, your debit and credit cards, even your work ID badge. So your identity is now my identity. Going up, so am I.
For over 10 years, ID Stronghold has pioneered RFID blocking wallets and ID badge holders for consumers, the U.S. military, and even the Executive Office of the President. Shouldn't you be protected too? ID Stronghold wallets cost about the same as wallets in most stores, but give you extra protection.
I'm Walt Augustinowicz, founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. Don't be a victim of electronic pickpocketing. Protect yourself from crimes you can't see with ID Stronghold wallets, card sleeves, and purses.
Visit idstronghold.com and get the original RFID blocking wallets and badge holders. idstronghold.com.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.